Our whole life we've been growing up with this idea, this notion of that our virginity is something that actually defines us. It doesn't matter if you're a virgin or not really, but whichever gender you belong to, you will always meet prejudice when you tell them if you're a virgin or not. This is Frida, currently running the show Fridays with Frida here on YouTube, with the topics relationships, sexuality, and gender, participating in graceful conversations. And I'm here today to talk to you about why we should use the phrase sexual debut instead of losing virginity. So firstly, it's like we have to define what is virginity really, when we really cut it down to pieces. I think most people, if you would like approach a random stranger on the street and be like, hey, when do you lose your virginity? Then most people would be like, yeah, it's penetration sex between a man and a woman. But come on, if you think about it, how excluding isn't that? So what if you're a lesbian? You can't lose your virginity then, or what? That doesn't really make sense. And also, damn, that saying, you know, it really glorifies penetration sex. And it's not that I think that it's something wrong with that type of sex, but I do say that it's wrong to refer as one specific kind of sex as the best one and the most real one. Because, you know, there's a lot of stuff you can try, and I don't think any person will be happier just because someone argues that one type of sex is better than another for everyone, you know, universally, because that's, you know, we should know that that's so individual, and we don't have to glorify one type of sex because it's really, you know, it's really individual. And secondly, did you know that the word virginity has a really dirty history? It was first used by men to control and frighten young girls so that they would stay virgins and therefore only have sex after marriage. And this was because girls was then married often with the purpose of making new family contacts and, you know, increasing the land you own. But their dads had to give some kind of, you know, insurance for that the baby she was carrying after the marriage was really his baby. And therefore virginity became very important because, you know, dads approached man and said like, hey, my daughter is a virgin, so you can marry. That's perfect, right? So virginity has not always existed. It was actually founded to fill a purpose in a very patriotic world. And lastly, which also might be the most important thing, and also the most relevant, is that using the word virginity helps to, you know, maintain and take care of the myth about the hymen, which is not a fully covering membrane. It's more of a rough tissue inside of the vagina. And this is such a common myth in today's society that some schools actually teach young girls that the first time they have sex they will either tear or break the hymen, you know, and it's gonna be bloody and it's gonna be painful, which is wrong. It's wrong, you know. Science have proved over and over that the myth of the fully covering hymen is completely false. So why do we keep spreading that myth? So by using the term virginity, we actually send the message that you lose something the first time you have sex, which is false. The only thing you actually change is that you gain experience, and that is something good, right? So next time the topic comes up, I definitely think that you should try to use the term my first time or sexual debut or whatever instead. Change the world a bit because you can. So thank you so much for listening. It's been a pleasure to be here on Grace's channel. And this was Frida from Fridays with Frida talking to you about virginity. on graceful conversations, and if you find this topic interesting, then I can ensure you that I have a lot of videos about these and similar topics on my channel. So go there, check it out. I'll see you. Bye. Take care.